another installment of Entrepreneur Fridays. Today we're here with Yusef Aziz, who is the founder of Back to Basics Kids Foundation. Yusef, thank you for being here with us today. And would you tell us a little bit about how you got started?
Okay, well, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me. And in 2008, I returned back from overseas, where I was playing professional basketball overseas. And oftentimes when I came back, I had a lot of idle time. So I would often work as a camp counselor at other people's basketball camps. And this particular summer, I was hired as a camp counselor. And it was a basketball camp in Marietta, Georgia. The basketball camp was a week long. It was 9 to 5, I believe. And it was a good camp, but my only deterrent was that it charged $350 for a camp. So that's all good and dandy for you know, the people who can afford it out in Marietta. But I definitely don't feel like the kids in the inner city was able to afford $350 per camp, or the parents can afford $350 for a camp. So with that idea, I wanted to have the equal opportunity for the kids in the inner city to have that same opportunity to receive basketball fundamentals and life skills through our program. So in 2008, in May of 2008, we co-founded Back to Basics Kids Foundation. And our mission and our goals is to provide inner city kids an opportunity to build character, life skills, and increase health, fitness awareness through the game of basketball.
And the kids you mentioned at the other camp was $350 for summer camp, but here you are a nonprofit organization.
Yes.
So what are the requirements to get into your organization or your program?
Well, there are no requirements. Our whole mission is based off the fact that we want to provide an opportunity for inner city kids ages 6 to 18, boys and girls. So anybody within that demographic is able to participate in our programs. Granted, like some of the partners, they want to specifically deal with their program. So when we go into Salvation Army, we can't bring the kids over from Kennedy Middle School to the Salvation Army. But we provide camps and our after-school programs are in different locations. So we are throughout the Atlanta area. So there are no requirements. And you know, if you look us up on www.b2bkids.org, you can find more information about our organization.
Normally interview entrepreneurs who are, you know, in a for-profit industry. You know, their whole goal is to make money. And for a nonprofit, your goal is, you know, not to make money, but to benefit as many people as you can. So I know it's a little bit different setting up the legal structure. You guys have a 501c3. So tell us a little bit about, you know, did you have help along the way doing that, or how did you get, you know, everything in place?
Well, that's a very good question. It's very complex. You know, initially, before we actually founded Back to Basics Kids Foundation, we were trying to run it as like a for-profit because we just didn't know. We knew that we had this vision, we had this goal, and we knew that there was a demand, a need for it with the inner city kids. And so in 2008, in around February, we actually hired a consulting firm. And they walked us through the process. It was a lengthy process. It actually took us about 3 months. But I definitely recommend that to hire a professional to get through your 501c3 paperwork. But it's almost up until that point where you're filing for tax exemption. It's pretty much the same incorporation process. So you do the whole thing with the state of Georgia, and you file your name reservation, and you incorporate. We're actually a corporation, but we just it's different until you get to the tax exemption of 503. So you're actually writing a letter saying to the IRS or saying, hey, we're providing a service that's needed within a community for a nominal fee, a non-fee. And then from there, the actual structure of the corporation is governed by a board of directors. So right now we currently have 8 board of directors, and they develop the programs, and they also do the fundraising, the budget, and stuff like that. I myself and oversee the organization as an executive director. So I, you know, keep on trying to make these programs better and see how different ways, partners and stuff we can expand our programs within the community. But ultimately, the board is responsible for the overall direction of the programs and the organization as a whole.
So a lot of times when you have a lot of, many people running a business or, involved, sometimes there are challenges in that or, even just challenges with being a nonprofit organization. So can you give us some of the challenges that you faced and maybe give some tips on, how other people who are trying to start a nonprofit can avoid those?
I would say the biggest challenge is fundraising, because in order to do what you want to do, you have to have the funding to do it. And it's kind of like a catch-22 because at first everybody wants to see, they're not just going to donate to you because, you have a great idea. Yeah, you have a great idea, but there's lots of other organizations that are out there that do help as well. And I often find more times than not, like the Salvation Army, the Boys and Girls Clubs, they often take precedence when it comes to fundraising. So it's hard at first to show your worthiness, but I think that 3-year mark, it says a lot, and the fact that you are just continue on with your mission and your services. Also, what I'm finding difficult is to have your entire board on the same page, because you have 8 different people from different walks of life. We have professionals, we have tax accountants, we have radio show hosts, we have editors for magazines. But I find it really interesting when we sit down in our board meeting and you pull all these different people together and get these different opinions and different expertise from their different backgrounds, from their different perspectives. So it's just a matter of meshing together and doing what's best for the organization, especially when it comes to fundraising, which is probably the most challenging.
That's all the questions that I have for today. I appreciate you being here with us and letting us know about everything that you guys are doing. I know you mentioned your website before. Can you just give us all the ways that we can get in contact with you?
Absolutely. We're on Facebook, Back to Basics Kids Foundation, and Twitter, B2B Kids. And of course, you can always visit our website at www.b2bkids.org. And we suggest everybody go to the website where there's lots of photos and pictures and videos and pretty much everything from organizations since we've been doing since 2008.
All right, great. Well, we look forward to your continued success, and thank you so much for what you're doing in the community.
All right, thank you.